Hey, welcome back, my fellow investors. It's me, E.T., and remember, I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not your financial advisor. I'm just a self-taught investor who likes to talk about ways to increase one's net worth. In today's video, we're going to talk about one of the most important ways to increase your net worth, and that is through ownership. Ownership should be at the forefront of our mind when it comes to our money and things that we're doing. We need to focus. We need to change our mindset from being that of a consumer and buying liabilities to that of like an investor, a business person. What we want to do is we want to focus on increasing our net worth, buying assets. We buy enough assets, we'll be able to buy all of the things that we need, want, and desire with no problems without going into debt. When I talk about ownership, I'm talking about, things such as intellectual properties, real estate, stocks, bonds, collectibles. Those are all the things that can either generate income or appreciate or possibly even do both. Now, I'm going to talk about something that could I know is probably going to rub some people the wrong way, and that is one of the major hindrance to building wealth are cars. That's right, I said it, cars. Whew, I tell you what, and trust me, I've been there before. I understand what a car is. A car serves realistically two purposes. They are a utility and they're a status symbol. And we love our cars, and I'm no different than anyone else. I love my cars as well. But what I end up having to do is I had to separate those two. I had to say, okay, I need it as a utility to get me from point A to point B, especially when I'm here in the city. But by that same token, I realized that, okay, I'm going to need I'm like anyone else. I like a nice car, status symbol. And, but the key thing is, more so than anything else, is owning it. Don't go out there and lease a car. I mean, the average everyday household, American working person really does not need to lease a car. And the reason why I say that there is because, yes, most people lease a car because that's a way that they can afford the monthly payments versus going out and financing and owning a car. The ideal way to buy a car is to pay cash for it. If you can't pay cash for it, and if you just have to get a car, then I would say go the finance route. And when you go the finance route, try to be in a level of control. And that basically means get pre-approved before you go to the dealership. Don't go to the dealership and sit there and haggle with the finance department. No, you go there pre-approved. You're operating just as if you had cash. So go to your credit union, your bank, get it pre-approved, then go look for your car. All right. And whatever you do, not unless you have a business, you're going to be able to write it off, or you're using it for business. Other than that, if you just need it for your utilities and to have a status symbol, don't lease a car. Nobody benefits. That's not ownership. You're not the owner of that car. Somebody else is. So keep this stuff in mind. And another thing, when you're out there using your credit card to buy some of the things that you really want and desire, if you have no intentions of paying it off, then let me tell you something. You don't own it. You're paying a high interest rate, and yeah, they're not going to more than likely come back and take it, but that's not ownership. That's being in debt to a company for something that you should have paid cash for. I like Jaspreet Singh's philosophy. His YouTube channel is Minority Mindset, and he has a 5-to-1 rule. That basically means his rule is if you can't pay for it 5 times, you can't afford to buy it 1 time. I like that rule. And another thing when it comes to ownership, you want to focus on owning something that it's going to appreciate, become more valuable, and or possibly pay you some type of income. Okay. Someone else that I follow on Wall Street is the Wall Street Trapper. He has this saying that the stock is cheaper than the product. Now, when he first said that, he got me thinking. I started thinking about that, and you know what? He is absolutely correct. Whatever product that you really like, stock is always cheaper than the product. If you spend a lot of money at Walmart, think about it. The money that you spend in Walmart in a month's time is much cheap. It's much cheaper to buy at least one share of stock. Let's look at Amazon, who's a stock price of $3,700. Guess what? I guarantee you in a year's time, you spend more, especially if you got a Prime membership, you probably spend more than $3,700. It is a true statement. It is always, the stock price is cheaper than the product. So kind of keep that in mind. Focused on ownership, buying things that are assets. We need to stop buying liabilities. Buying a liability is, buying a car that we have to finance, going out and spending money on a credit card that we have to pay high interest rate on that we don't pay off every month. Start buying, any products that you like or any place that you spend. If they're a publicly traded company, start buying the stock. At least you're looking at price appreciation or capital appreciation and possibly even paying some type of dividend. And I know you're probably thinking, well, if I just only have one share of that stock, and that's not very valuable. But you know what? Owning something of little value is better than owning nothing with no value. Keep that in mind. We need to change our mindset. I changed mine. I was stuck in that mindset of, not owning anything. And because I didn't own anything, guess what? I had a negative net worth. Once I started owning things, not having car payments, paying cash for my cars, getting into stocks, things of that nature there, my net worth skyrocket. It's a matter of changing your mindset. So if I rubbed you the wrong way with this video, keep this in mind. My purpose was not to rub you the wrong way. My purpose was to have you start thinking. Start possibly thinking about changing your mindset and start focusing on accumulating assets versus accumulating debt and liability. All right, with all that said, guys, remember, save, invest, apply what you know, because knowledge is not power. It's the application of knowledge is power. Hey guys, I will see you on the next video. Take care. Bye-bye.